Hello and welcome again. Today we'll be again continuing the previous lecture part 1, that is page 124 of First Aid USMLE step 1 2021 of Microbiology section. Page number 124 we have discussed about the bacterial basic structure. If you goes to the not in the 2021 first aid, but if you goes to the previous first aid, then you can find one page where they have classified initially, although in the later course, in the later subsequent lecture, we'll classify into detail about the gram positive and gram negative, and then how to differentiate each and every bacteria on the basis of the biochemical test. But now here we will discuss about just to get a just a snapshot, just an overview of that. They are what are the types of bacteria. Actually, the bacteria can be divided into the gram positive and gram negative. In 1884, Grams was a scientist who has developed this gram stain, and on the basis of that we are able to divide the bacteria into two, gram positive and gram negative. Actually the bacteria are colorless. To understand their structure, we have under the microscope, the light microscope, it is very difficult to understand the internal structure. So what we have done, we have colored this bacteria, but coloring is not used in the medical term. We say stain. So we have stained this with a different color, and we have used 4 steps. Step 1, 2, 3, 4: primary color, then decolorization, then mordant, then decolorization, and then counter stain. So these are the 4 steps. So we begin initially, and keeping different at the end of this 4 step, there are the 2 different color. So this is known as the differential stain as well. So at the end of this gram stain procedure, you will get 2 different color. One will be the crystal violet color, that will call gram positive. So if you see any organism, if you get any picture and that is the violet color, blue color, then you have to understand they are talking about the gram positive organism. And if it is in the form of the clusters of grapes, then that will be the Staphylococcus aureus. If it is in the chain, then it will be the Streptococcus. If it is in the pair only, then it will be a Enterococcus. So those organisms which you see in a picture, if there is a given any picture, if they are saying, then you have to understand that blue or violet color organism, they are talking about the gram positive. Okay. Similarly, if they are talking about the gram negative organism, then there will be at the end of the gram stain, they appears pink. So if any organism, any bacteria showing purple or violet or blue color, then you have to understand they are talking about the gram positive organism. If they are showing you anything that is pink or red or pink color, then you have to understand that is the gram negative organism. Mostly gram positive are coccus, the spherical organism, mostly. So if you have seen this round structure, round bacteria, then you have to understand most of them are gram positive. Only few are gram negative, and that is the Neisseria and Moraxella. So all cocci, all coccus, that is spherical in structure bacteria, they will be mostly gram positive. Only few are gram negative, and that is the Neisseria gonorrhea, Neisseria meningitidis, and Moraxella catarrhalis. So there are only few spherical organisms that can be pink in color, that will be gram negative. Most of them will be blue in color, violet in color, and that is the gram positive organism. Okay. Rods, in the term of rods, that is the bacillus, most of them will be the pink organism. You can see there are a lot of gram negative rods. Only few of them will be the gram positive. So what is the basic principle? All cocci are gram positive except few, that is Neisseria and Moraxella catarrhalis. Maximum rods are that bacilli are gram negative. There are only few that can be gram positive, and that is the Bacillus, Clostridium, Corynebacterium diphtheria, Gardnerella, Lactobacillus, Listeria, Mycobacterium tuberculosis, and Propionibacterium. So there are only few organisms that can be gram positive rods. So that you have to understand. Okay, and in gram positive there are some branching filamentous organism. So if you see them, you can stain them. They will be like a branching filamentous spread all over the places. Like you can see that is spread all over the places, filamentous. So these are the branching filamentous organism. So this can be like this filamentous organism. So this is Actinomyces and Nocardia. Nocardia is usually wicked acid fast, and Mycobacterium are acid fast. So what is the basic thing? That if you divide the gram positive organism can be divided in coccus, that is spherical in shape. So it will be like this spherical grapes. So it will be rounded structure in a grape-like cluster. So this is gram positive organism, that will be mainly blue in color. Okay, so gram positive organism that is blue in color is spherical, so that you have to understand. Then there will be some streptococcus that will be in chain. So basically we have a gram positive cocci, rods and branching filamentous. Coccus will be mostly, if they are in the cluster form, that will be the staphylococcus. If it is in chain, that will be the streptococcus. If it is in the small chain or pair, that will be enterococcus. If you are talking about the rods are bacillus, clostridium, corynebacterium, diphtheria, gardenia, lactobacillus, listeria, mycobacterium and propionibacterium. When you are talking about the branching filamentous, actinomyces and nocardia. Similarly, there will be the gram negative organism, and in the gram negative organism, coccus will be Neisseria, Moraxella catarrhalis. Rods are actually, there are tons of gram negative rods or bacilli, so they can be classified into the rods into the enteric organism, respiratory organism and zoonotic organism. Enteric means they are living inside your intestine of the human body, that you have to understand. If there is talking about the respiratory, they are main pathogen, respiratory pathogen. If they are talking about the zoonotic, these organisms are origin from the zoonotic organism. This disease, this bacteria you get from the other animal sources, that you have to understand. So there can be coccus, like you can say that is spherical. They can be rod like. Rods means like it will be like this. Cocci means this. Okay, and pleomorphic means in between this. So there should be like, it is neither rods neither cocci, so that will be pleomorphic cell. Mainly saying that is coccobacilli actually. Okay, pleomorphic means there will be no cell wall, and there can be the spiral organism, like you have seen the spirochete, like Borrelia, Leptospira and Treponema palladium, that is for the syphilis organism. They are the spiral organism. Pleomorphic, we have no cell wall, that can be Anaplasma, Mycoplasma, Rickettsia and Chlamydia. So talking about this gram negative organism, they will be pink in at the end of the gram stain. The coccus will be Neisseria and Moraxella, and the rods will be in enderic origin, that is E. coli, Klebsiella, Enterobacter, Cytobacter. These are lactose fermenting. Bacteroids, Campylobacter, Salmonella, Shigella, Proteus, Vibrio, these are non-lactose fermenting. Yersinia, Pseudomonas, Serratia, Helicobacter and Fusobacterium. So these are the enteric origin gram negative rods. Then there can be respiratory pathogens like Bordetella causing pertussis, Legionella causing this pneumonia, Burkholderia, Cepacia, Haemophilus influenzae. These all are responsible for the pneumonia in the people. And zoonotic origin, you can see there's Brucella get from the drinking milk, or say Bartonella getting bite from the animals, Pasteurella getting bite from the dog, and Francisella getting from animals again. So these are the animal origin infection you will get from the animal. If your animal is going to bite you or you are drinking the milk, then this zoonotic organism is going to cause your disease. Then there is, we have talked about the pleomorphic like Anaplasma, Mycoplasma, Rickettsia and Chlamydia. Since they have no shell wall, they have to survive intracellularly. Mainly this Rickettsia and Chlamydia intracellular organism. And in spiral form, you have known about this Treponema palladium, Leptospira and Borrelia. Treponema palladium is first for syphilis. So we, at the nutshell, I want to tell you that this is just a beginning of your microbiological lecture. This bacteria can be classified in the gram positive and gram negative. Gram positive, this is done by the gram stain. It is just coloring the bacteria, but we use the term stain. The gram positive will be blue in color, gram negative will be mainly pink in color, that you have to understand. If picture is showing you, and then if they are saying in the spherical organism, then most of them will be gram positive only, except the few, that is Neisseria group. Neisseria means that is Neisseria gonorrhoeae and Moraxella catarrhalis. All maximum will be cocci will be gram positive. If they are talking about the gram negative, most of the rods will be gram negative, only few are the gram positive rods, and that is the Bacillus, Clostridium, Corynebacterium, Gardenia, Lactobacillus, Listeria, Mycobacterium and Propionibacterium. There are few filamentous organisms like Actinomyces and Nocardia, they are gram positive. Well, we are talking about the spiral organism, they can be the spirochetes, that you have to understand. And the detail of every organism we will discuss in the subsequent lecture. Suppose there is a few things mentioned here, like cocci spherical, they have Staphylococcus and Streptococcus. Staphylococcus, they both can be differentiated on the basis of the catalyst stage, which is Staphylococcus will be positive, Streptococcus will be negative. Then again Staphylococcus will be divided into Staph aureus and Staph aureus, then Staphylococcus epidermidis and saprophyticus on the basis of the coagulase stage will be Staph aureus will be positive and epidermis and saprophyticus will be negative. Streptococcus, we will discuss this in the later chapter. You just have to, at the end of this lecture, you have to understand there is a term called gram positive and negative. Gram positive is the crystal violet organism, gram negative are the pink organism. Most of the gram positive are spherical, that is cocci. Most of the gram negative are rods, with few exceptions that we have to remember. That's all. Thank you.